Hey guys, this is Rod with Rock Jam Guitar. This is the second video of our series about scales. The last time we learned about the diatonic scales, the major and minor scales in the key of C major and A minor. We also learned a little trick to move those shapes to different keys, and today we're gonna transform those scales into pentatonic scales. So let's start talking about the difference between a diatonic and a pentatonic scale. A diatonic scale has 7 notes. So if we use the C major again as an example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we have repetitions, right? Another C, another D, another E, another F, another G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and we can keep going with that. The pentatonic scale is going to be a scale formed just by 5 notes. So all that we're going to be doing, we're going to be removing 2 notes from the diatonic scale. So the difference between a C major scale, we're going to be removing the F note and the B note, the half steps there. So if you know a little about intervals, we're not going to have a perfect 4th and a major 7th for that scale. So a C major pentatonic scale is just formed by the notes C, D, E, G, and A, and then everything else is going to be a repetition from that. Now the same trick that we learned before, we can apply on the pentatonic scale as well. If this is a C major pentatonic, I'm playing the octave of the C there, and we want to play, let's say, E major pentatonic scale. C, D, E, and you can apply the same shape. This will become now an E major pentatonic scale. Okay, so you can use that trick to figure out those scales in different keys. Now let's actually learn the entire shape, right? Let's extend that shape to be able to play in all 6 strings. Then the same as before, we're gonna learn all 5 shapes throughout the fretboard. So for this one, we can start with 3 and 5 on the low E, 3, 5 on the A, 2, 5 on the D, 2, 5 on the G, 3, 5 on the B, 3, 5 on the high E. So we have so this is a C major pentatonic scale. Remember, those shapes are movable, so if we want to learn an A flat major pentatonic scale, C, D, E, F, G, A flat, we can play the same shape. And there you have it. Okay. Now just to keep going here, to give you guys all the 5 shapes, the next shape, it's gonna be that A minor. Remember, the minor relative of C major. Now here's a good shortcut for you guys. Since they are related, everything that happened in the C, it will happen in A minor. So when we transform the C major scale into a C major pentatonic scale, we remove the F and the B. When we have the A minor scale and we want to transform that into an A minor pentatonic scale, we're also going to remove the F and the B. So now we're going to have, which is nothing more than 5, 8 on the low E, 5, 7 on the A, 5, 7 on the D, 5, 7 on the G, 5, 8 on the B, 5, 8 on the high E. Same trick applies if we want to learn how to play a G minor pentatonic scale. That's the A, whole step back to the G. We can apply the same shape. Now remember, those are awesome shortcuts, but eventually it's gonna be great if you guys actually know what notes belong to a G minor pentatonic scale, for example. Okay, so we got the first shape, the second shape. Here is the third shape. We're gonna have 8-10, 7-10, 7-10, 7-9, 8-10, 8-10. Fourth shape. Remember, we're just removing the F's and the B's from all those 5 shapes that we learned on the video before. Now we have 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 9, 13, 10, 12. And then the last one, we have 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, 12, 15. So all 5 shapes. Same deal as before. Remember that the ending of one of those scales is going to be the beginning of the other one. For example, when we play shape number 2, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8. When I play shape number 3, it's going to start with that 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, and 8. So even though it looks like a lot of work, it's actually not. When you're learning one shape, you're automatically learning half of the next one. Okay, so those are the pentatonic scales there. If you like rock, blues, country, those pentatonic scales are used a lot. Okay, so do the same deal as before. Work on those exercises, memorize those scales. Try to understand, try to keep remind yourself that's basically the same as the diatonic scales. We're just removing 2 notes there. In the case of the C major, A minor is the F and the B note. As you move those shapes to different keys, it's gonna be different notes. If you have the extra time, try to figure out those notes as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this lesson. We're gonna keep building on those ideas. Next time, we're gonna talk about the blues scales.